Okay, so we finally are getting this project going. This project, and a lot of people have asked me how I have been doing through the Corona mess, besides not being able to keep perfectly manicured. We have been slowed down on projects, not from Corona, not from the Wuhan flu, but from the weather. This first 3 months, 3.5 months, almost 4 months of this year have literally been a test of one's wits and mental state. In the southeast part of Tennessee, I don't know how it's been where you are. Probably nothing. So anyway, this is this house, this project, ironically, is the one we're using as a live template. We're following it along. I've built many homes over the years, but this is the one we're using for our apprenticeship class at the Artisan School of Construction and Philosophy. And the philosophy is the fun stuff. And it's also is being used for homeowners who want to take the how to build your own, get that a little more level. I'm a builder, you'd think I could get the camera level. Anyway, also it's a dual purpose. I have to, the way things were going, the way the weather has been, and the way this entire dimension that we live in currently has been, I'm having to use this both as to help train our apprentices as we go along through this project, and also for homeowners who want to learn to build their own home. Those are two different things at the Artisan School of Construction and Philosophy. And this is being developed as we speak. So if you go to the website and you don't see anything about installing cabinets, it's because this is the project that we're following for those two areas of the website. So you won't find that. You will only find how to do footings, or what to expect when you're doing footings, okay? So what I'm going to do now is, instead of talking while I'm driving too much, I'm going to move to the office.
Put that on the overload, we don't normally have to do that. Hell, we couldn't put brake beans on.
But the reason I mention those things about weather and just life in general is because, if you remember early on when we were talking about planning and allotting time for your project, that you need to allow time for unforeseen things like 3 months of rain, or if you're going to build your own home, it's going to take a year to do it. If it takes less time than that, then you've hired the best subcontractors in the world. And I'm speaking as if you were a homeowner building your own home. And because what will happen is these things, 3 months of rain or whatever, weather, tornadoes, I forgot to mention the tornadoes that came through Chattanooga. You can look that up on the news in late April, early May. All of the subcontractor that I used to clear the lot also has a contract with the city to clear debris from storms. Yes, thank you for telling me after the fact. So these are things that are not in your control. They're not even under my control. And sometimes they're not even under the control of the person you're expecting to do the work. And you can't just go firing people left and right. You can't create an atmosphere like that on your project, okay? This is the main thing you need to do is you need to be the adult in the room, and you should be the smart person in the room. If you are the, oh, it's got a bunch of bumps in that road. If you are the person that's ultimately responsible for the entire job, then you should allow enough time for these things to happen, especially until you get out of the ground. When you are out of the ground, when your foundation is complete, and we will actually be looking at the walls, the poured walls pretty soon. Once you get out of the ground and you're to the framing point, you're to the point where you can start framing. My framers will frame when there's a light drizzle, okay? So you have more control over life after you get out of the ground. Until then, you're at the mercy of every evil force that has ever been discovered or undiscovered, okay? The coronavirus was undiscovered. It hit right in the middle of when we were trying to clear the lot and get the basement dug and all that, right? So we had governments telling us that we weren't supposed to be out running around and working, but we just, we were going to go on through, and we did go on through when it wasn't raining. So these are not complaints. These are things that you need to understand, so that if you're going to build your own home, which is great. I love entrepreneurship. I love the go-getter attitude. I love it. You're a sovereign person. You want to build your own home. That is wonderful. I love that, okay? But you just have to plan, and be ready for these things. And the way you do that is to do all your planning as much as you can up front. Take 6 months to a year before you start your house, and then allow a year. That doesn't mean it's going to take 2 years to build your house. It means that you're doing other things and planning your house for that first year. The second year, you're ready to go. You know how much concrete you're going to use, how much rebar you're going to use, how many studs you're going to use, all that. You're not stopping and thinking about those individual phases as you get to them. You already have the answer. My footing guy called and said, I need rebar out here. I said, I got 45 pieces going there. I got chairs. I got tie wire. He was like, oh, okay, I got it. That's right. Because all that had already been planned. And you'll see when I stop talking and get to the computer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, we are back in the office, and I just wanted to review this plan. This is our model, our example home we are following live as it's being built. And so if you go to the course right now on the website, the Artisan School of Construction and Philosophy, we are also using this as an example home for our Apprentice Path program, just to take advantage of the live action. But to get to what we were talking about in this video is let's go to our foundation view. I set this up for the contractor, the foundation contractor. Let's see what layer this is. This is walls, basement walls. Let's turn those off. Walls, basement walls. And we will turn off windows, first floor. I was trying to get all of those footings on the same level, but we ended up having to step them down a little bit. You can see here, I haven't quite got the grade cut out. But anyway, our next phase will be pouring these basement walls. This garage level here is being filled in with gravel, and I'm not quite sure what elevation the slab is going to be on yet. but these walls will be poured like this on our footings, and then we'll frame this back. We call this daylighting, and we'll frame those walls in with 2x6 studs in our windows there. Let's see. So that'll be kind of what the first level looks like. So I just wanted to go back and show you the planning that had been done prior to the digging of the basement and the footings. And so we're going through this process. Hopefully you can understand the sequencing, and if you have questions, leave them in the forum on the website, and that's basically what that part of the website is for. As we're going through the course, if you have questions, leave them there and I can answer them. And then if I get enough, what I'll do is have a question and answering video for the students, and maybe even a live session where we just get in the drawing together. We'll get in a video conference together, and we can talk about the video and the footing, the model and all that. So, but stay tuned, because we are going to be pouring these walls next, these concrete walls, and that'll be some fun stuff. And getting to see the sequencing and how this comes together really helps you when you're planning your project, to know how to set up your materials and your subs and in what order they are. And of course we're going to have checklists and assistance for that as we go along. So, and if you're building your house now and you're kind of following along with us and you need some extra help, just let me know. And we will see you in the next video, and hopefully the next one will be pouring these walls. Thanks a lot.